It's Matt here.
How's it going, everybody? This is your friend Will. You're probably wondering, why am I wearing my sunglasses? Well, it's because I need to look cool, but also because I haven't slept a lot lately. Anyways, let's get started.
Welcome back to another episode of Savants Tech Talk. Now, every morning you wake up, sit down at your table with your cup of coffee and a snack, and open up your laptop and begin coding. Maybe you have Udemy on in the background and you realize, hey, I love this. I want to be a software engineer. Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to help you do in 3 steps. So let's get started.
Well, having been on the both hiring and also applying side of, I think we can pretty much summarize the process into 3 critical components. And today, we're going to address them one by one.
Quick pause right here. Are you a passionate software developer looking to hustle and advance your career in the tech industry? Then you should subscribe to this YouTube channel for all of the latest tips, insights, and advice in the tech industry. Now, the first essential step you're going to want to take is you're going to want to prepare and build your resume. And you can start doing this by doing freelance projects, gaining experience, and building your portfolio.
It's better to have some metric about the projects that you're building. For instance, if you have created a project that helped generate $1,000 of monthly recurring revenue, that's a lot more valuable than just build a random project, right? Having these metrics can help you describe what is the value that's being delivered or created throughout the process of product development. Especially if you're interviewing for a front-end developer, it's great if you can have a portfolio of website that you can display and also explain them one by one on what are the achievement and the value add of each individual product. If you're a back-end developer, it's also important to have some metric. For instance, say if your back-end is able to power and support 100,000 concurrent users, or if it's able to support 20,000 requests per second, things like that. And you can also have metrics such as cost optimized, like you're able to reduce the amount of cost just by re-architecting your backend infrastructure or backend software application.
Another thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put your code on GitHub.
Now, if you submitted pull requests to very famous repository such as Express, it's great if you can articulate how it benefited the repository or open source library as a whole. And also, if you can outline the significance of the pull request that you're submitting. For instance, if you're optimizing for performance, and because of this optimization, you are able to increase performance by 30% or 50%. Et cetera, et cetera. And it's also important to share your personal portfolio on GitHub, provided that it's not proprietary, because it shows that you're able to, well, code very well, hopefully. And also it shows what's your style of coding.
Also another thing you're going to want to do when you're preparing is you're going to want to make sure that you make your LinkedIn profile presentable. Make sure you have a nice profile picture. Make sure your experience is all up to date. You have everything listed. You have recommendations you can get. Just make sure it's presentable in case they want to look you up and they try and research a bit more about you.
Yes, LinkedIn is a critical component of the entire hiring process nowadays. Having a LinkedIn profile that outlines what you have done in the past will help increase your chance of getting a job. And also, you may even receive a lot of the inbound messages from recruiters and HR of separate companies who is trying to find the best fit for a position. And having your LinkedIn profile being optimized and outline the important keywords that they're looking for will help them find you much easier.
The second essential step you're going to need to take is you're going to need to take action. Let's start by having a look at some of the places you can apply on. First of all, of course, once again, is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a big one because you can find employers who are looking to hire on LinkedIn directly, or you can find their job postings and you can apply both ways.
As we mentioned earlier, LinkedIn has become a critical component of the entire hiring process. It is really easy to build a connection very quickly over LinkedIn. Just a few messages, you can be on a phone call and actually talking to the decision maker. How amazing is that, right? So definitely leverage that. And there's also a lot of those job posting in the job section of LinkedIn. So look through that. You may find some really good opportunities.
Indeed is another great option as well. In fact, the whole purpose of Indeed is for employers to post job postings and for applicants to apply. That's another great place you can leverage to find a job.
That's right. Indeed is indeed a great job application platform.
Indeed.
Yeah, there's so many job postings there. And in order to help you navigate, sometimes it's a good idea to just type in your skill set as opposed to the actual job position title. Because, say, software developer is a very generic job title. Some companies may prefer .NET framework. It's really hard to just search by title and find the job that is best suitable for you. And because there's such great volume in terms of job posting on Indeed, if you search, let's say you're good at Java, right? Search Java, there will be tons of job positions that will be available for that, just the skill set that you're good at. So definitely leverage Indeed.
And of course, there's other things you can leverage as well, such as AngelList and Stack Overflow as well.
Especially if you want to work for a startup.
And another thing you can do to take action is you can start by attending networking events and really interacting with the community and participating in the community as well. Get to know other software developers and software engineers. Get to know people who work for the companies that you want to work with.
Whether it's recruiters or other fellow software developers who are just as passionate as you, it's important to grow those connections, because chances are, if they're very ambitious and they're very passionate about tech industry, they will just grow with you along with your career, right? So it's definitely important to maintain that connection. And, you never know. Sometimes they can help you make introductions. They can help you make referrals that will help you open a lot of doors, especially for recruiters who are constantly aware of the job openings in the job market, as well as knowing your skill set. They will be able to help you navigate to the right position that can help you flourish your skill set or potential to the fullest.
Now, lastly, the last essential step you're going to need to take is you're going to need to seal the deal. You're going to need to go through the interview process. And one of the best ways to stand out is to have strong communication and leadership skills. You want to be personable, you want to be warm, you want to be friendly, and you want to seem like someone who's great to work with.
That's right. Not only do you need to solve a problem, you also need to be warm and fuzzy. No, just kidding. Don't have to be fuzzy. But anyways, as a tech professional nowadays, it is crucially important for you to focus on communication and leadership skills, because a lot of the companies are looking to actually build their culture, right? To build a collaborative and open, transparent environment, right? So if you're able to solve a problem, great. In fact, if you can't solve a problem very well, you don't qualify at all. But if you are able to solve a problem in the best way possible, then you will be put on another tier. And how do you separate yourself from the rest of the competitions who are on the same tier as you? Your communication skill, your leadership skill. If you can think from the perspective of decision maker, if you can empathize with other management team or other team members, then that's going to really put yourself ahead of the other developers who are just trying to solve the problem.
Another thing to keep in mind is when you're in the middle of the interview, don't just list the skills you have. Give examples of where you applied those skills practically. You want to be able to show that you're competent in the skills by giving real world examples, not just saying you can do them.
Hey man, I'm an AWS expert. I know AWS ins and out. I'm an AWS subject matter expert. Trust me, yo. Think about the best AWS guy you know. I'm better than him. Now, how far do you think that's going to get you in a job interview, right? Instead of saying that, say something like, I've used AWS, I've used the ECS service, I've used EC2 service, I've achieved this and this and this, I've built an architecture, an automated pipeline. That's going to show that you're capable and you know really well about the ins and outs of a particular technical stack, much more, right? If you go into granular details, that's going to give the hiring manager a lot of confidence about your capability and your knowledge about this particular topic that you're describing. So definitely keep that in mind. Don't just list your skill, but instead actually show them with your words, that is. Or maybe sometimes you can whiteboard and draw some diagrams that you're actually knowledgeable about the topic.
Also, another tip that might be helpful too is to research the company and try and work out the types of issues that they might have and try and work out how you can help them solve those problems. For example, if the projects they're working on are prone to bugs, maybe try and subtly work in how you can help prevent those types of bugs or fix those types of bugs.
Or maybe say if you're applying for a consultancy and you can say something along the line of, I worked in the service industry before, I'm great at explaining and articulating my thoughts to people. That's going to really set yourself apart. So research about the company is definitely very important. I cannot tell you how many times where I pick up phone calls from candidate and they don't remember that they've applied for my company, right? That is going to be very different compared to someone who calls me and tell me, hey, you're Fintelics, you do emerging technology development, and I've worked on this and this and this type of technology. I really am passionate about emerging technology in the field of blockchain or omnichannel software, and I want to work for you, right? That's an entire different type of energy that you're giving off. So research about the company, and this is very beneficial to you because it's important for you to know about the company that you're applying to if you want to work for them. Otherwise, like, what if the culture doesn't really fit your career goals, right? So doing research for the company is also a responsible thing for yourself.
So there you have it. Are you excited to begin your journey as a software developer? Or are you already living the dream? Let us know your story in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content.
And let us know if you have any suggestions to our tips as well. Otherwise, keep hustling, guys. See you next time.